Hey guys, this is Bobby Canada, and I'm going to take you through the Atomy Getting Started training. We're going to be working on this as a team. I'm going to give my little pass up to this, and from there we'll be tweak it a little bit, and we'll get a real good one down. But I think this will work at least to get us started. Okay, so first thing, so we're going to take an assumption that if you're looking at this guide and you're going through the getting started training, that to some degree you want to try to build the business. Okay, if you're just going to use the products, then this really just wouldn't apply to you for the most part. But if you're thinking about referring people, either free or paid, then let's go through some systematic ways of building this. Okay, so first thing, if you want to succeed, you have to treat this business like a business. In other words, because the trap that people fall into, because it's, you buy when you want, there's no requirements, you do that, people treat it like a hobby, and then they wonder why it's not working. So even if you're going to put 15 minutes a day into this, take that time and treat it like a business. Okay. So what was very simple cookie cutter as you bring people in, we're going to simply tell them, again, these are the people who want to build a business. Download this guide, watch these probably I might do it one session or two 15-minute training sessions, enough to get, you off and running in the business. Okay. So let's go through them. And again, it's going to vary, but for the most part, this covers a lot of the things we need to do. So first thing is you got to register yourself for free to occasionally, this is something you already did, to occasionally shop or to build a business. Make sure you know your website name, your username, your password, basically your login. Okay, now you're going to send people, of course. Now, if this is the guide, you're handing them to say, go get trained, or you're just telling them about it. They're going to go to this site, they're going to download the guide, incomegenerators.biz, okay, and they're going to get the training, okay. Now, they have to know their enroller's name or a team leader, okay? So sometimes if the enroller isn't really doing the business that great, or he's brand new, you want to at least know who your team leader is to be able to call, okay? Now, let's talk about getting initial education. And the way I like to tell people this is, you always want to be learning, but you also want to get into action. So the key is spend 15 minutes a day while you're building and launching your business and the steps that we're going to go over. So go through the company site, okay? Because there's a lot of training on there. There's some stuff, there's some product information. You get, read about the company a little bit, but don't spend 5 days doing that. Just 15 minutes a day as we go through these things, okay? Go through our team site. There's a front part, which is for presenting. Okay, we're going to have some nice product stuff on there. And the bottom section, of course, is what we're doing now. We're going through the training. So it's all going to be on one site, incomegenerators.biz. Click on the, or we're going to have our own site, I should say. I know we're not built that yet, but eventually, just in case any of the Atomy leaders are listening to this, we're going to have our own separate domain for the business. Okay. Now, these are the specific to-dos as far as getting off the ground, especially when it comes to product, all right? Whether you're a customer builder, the most important thing to do is to get educated on the products. Why? Because we get paid when people buy, and especially with the free membership, if you don't learn about the products and get a little juiced about the products, why would you're not going to buy as much. So, and your people aren't going to buy as much. So I believe Kathy and some of the other leaders on this site, we're going to have to build out some product videos, and by reading, by listening to them go through a little 1.5 minute or a minute on each of the key products, maybe 20 key products, that will be part of your education. Okay, so make sure that we do this. Watch the short videos to inform you of the products. They're not built yet, but they will be shortly. Okay, now back office training. That's what we're doing right here. Make sure you watch this back office training. I'm sorry, the back office training will be, I think Kathy might do this also, well, how to get your checks, how to read reports. Okay, that'll be part of your to-dos once we get that set up, and that'll be on this website also, okay? And join our team messaging group, okay? And you can talk to your enroller about what that is. Next thing you want to do, number 4, you want to tie into our weekly Zoom presentations or trainings. The information will be on this site again, but make sure you tie into them, put them in your calendar. This is how you, not only to help you build with new people, but this is how you get up to speed and stay up to speed and stay motivated. Okay. Tie into our weekly training, coring calls. We're going to have at least one time a week. And of course, any of the company calls. Now, next thing, now that you're in the system, write down your goals. Why are you doing this business? That's important. And be specific as possible, not just you want to make money, but what's the money going to do? Okay. Get as tight as you can with those goals. All right. Now, product goals. To earn, you got to qualify one time by doing 300K in purchase, which is, I think, over time. That comes to about $500, $525. Remember, you can do it over time, or you can do it at once, but you cannot earn commissions until you've qualified your business. Remember, and then after that, there's no mandatory purchases. But we are going to talk about, if you consider yourself a builder, okay, you want to duplicate this. The good part is there's no requirements. The bad part is there's no requirements in the sense of getting production out of people. So we got to be disciplined. If you're taking this business serious and you're training your people who say, oh, I want to build this, great. Let's be responsible for some minimum production. And that to me is you and your family, personal use should come to about $100 or more. I think it should be more if you got a family. One person could do $100 themselves on these products or more. Now, that's number one. Now, if you remember, look at the comp plan, we build it around everybody having $200 of kind of production. And the way we're looking at this is you do 100, and then outside of the other people that want to build the business, because they're going to be doing 200, right? The way I'm showing you is we want the free members, the ones that you talk to and that you put on social media, and they just buy. They're not really building a business. They maybe haven't qualified their center, but they're going to buy a product a month, a product a week, couple products a month. That easily, with a little bit of effort, okay? We used to say in my other company, you build 10 customers. Okay, here everybody comes in for free, so we're really all members. But the point is, we're really all customers, however you look at it. But the point is, the ones that aren't really building it, you should be able to say, hey, my brother-in-law buys, buys these products, and my next door neighbor buys these products online. So try to get another $100 out of your kind of free customers. Now, what does that mean? That's $200 a month in production that you're kind of responsible for getting going. And everyone does that, guys. We're going to be able to build a pretty strong business. Okay. Now let's go over the enrollment process. Let me make sure. Let me look at my time. 8 minutes. We'll run this to about 15. There's no cookie cutter way to bring people to this table. Everyone's going to be a little different, but I think we can have some basic principles to follow. Okay. First thing, immediate action. You want to launch a business. First, you need people to talk to. And guys, in the old days, we had we had a list of people. We didn't have them all on our cell phone. We didn't have our Facebook friends. We could access all of them that are there. But you should have no trouble with inventory between your cell list, your Facebook group, and everywhere else. Maybe your Twitter following. I don't know. I only have Facebook. Okay. So, and you meet new people all the time. So you're never going to run out of inventory. So what do we have to do with these people to launch our business? You want to go through as many people as needed, as quick as possible, to get 10 people to view what we call the complete overview. It can be live, it can be recorded, okay? Now, and hold a follow-up call for questions. What does that mean? It means you didn't just think they watched it. They watched it because you're having a follow-up conversation. So it's show the plan and have a discussion with them the next day or whatever it is to answer. That, to me, constitutes a presentation, okay? Presentation with some follow-up. They don't have to come on board, but you've done that. If you do that with 10 people, you should have your couple people enrolled. That's your first goal. Get your 2 people by doing, and then the magic number to me would be show the plan. It should be less than that, but if you show the plan to 10 people, you probably should have at least 2 or more people enrolled in the business. Okay. And I mean enrolled that want to build it, not just, oh yeah, the extra ones should pop in, probably just take a free spot. But, and maybe they'll turn around at some point, but you should have 2 motivated people that at least claim they want to join you in the business. Okay. Now, to go through this, what's the process? You can text, or like put out a little message to them. This is about how we engage them to want to see the plan. Okay. You can send out a text, but you always got to call. So this is either a call or a text. And guys, you can change this a little bit. It's just a little pitch piece we put in. Hey, Jim, I just came across an interesting business model. I think you'll like it. I don't know if you're open to other ways of earning additional income. This is really what this is about. It's not buying products. It's really about, we're looking for people who are looking, okay? So so I don't know if you're like so many other people in these tough times. If so, I'd love you to do whatever the first step is. Hey, get on a call with my friend, try a product. That could be the product approach. Get on his live Zoom. Go to our income generators or our marketing site, and Jim, why don't you watch these couple of quick videos or whatever it may be. The point is, what's your first step? So you ask them, but really all you're doing is saying to keep your options open when it comes to looking at ways to make money. And if so, you get a good response. Let's take a look at this, okay? Now, again, these are all the things we say: company Zooms, presentation by a leader, we got income generators, and the key is to follow up with them, okay, as soon as possible. All right, get their questions answered. You have to remember that's a 2-step thing. When can they watch the plan, and then when can you follow up with them? And if they do that with people, you're going to have you do that with your 10 people, you should have your 2 people. So once we've done that with 10 people, okay, we showed the plan. Now again, they'd watch the presentation in one of these venues we just talked about. You've had a follow-up call with either you or your team leader, who might be able to more versed to answer the questions, and we're there for you. Okay. After that, let's say you have your 2 or 3 people, maybe you enrolled a few free people. Now it's consistent action. This is how I used to teach my team and my other business, and what I did year 1, year 2, year 10. You always got to be doing something consistently. And to me, okay, once you've achieved your top 10, you move on to the ongoing system, okay, with a plan of action. It's a numbers game, guys. So the way, and again, you don't have to do it this way, but I like to do something that's doable. You know, some people say, oh, talk to 15 people a day. That ain't going to last. You're going to get too busy. You're going to get, a little apprehensive about opening your mouth to people, and you're not going to talk to 10, 15 people. And then when you start to slip, what do? Just like when you diet, you break your diet a little bit. You don't go back on the next day. Yeah, the hell with that, I'll start next week. We don't want to lose you with that. So let's do something that the average person, it's a little giddy up, but the average person can do this. How about 3 new people, not follow-ups? When you follow up to remind them about a meeting or something, that's the process of working them through the process. That doesn't count, okay? 3 new people a day that you have some type of interaction with, okay? It doesn't mean like you don't just you don't send someone a post and hope that they answer it, okay? That's going to get you inventory. Some of those people are going to become your 3 people a day because you're going to engage with them at some point, but you've got to have it down. So I'm going through a bunch of cold calls right now, and I'll call, get an answer machine. Hey, call me back. Leave them a text. If they call me back, that's going to count as one. But if they don't, that doesn't count. I got to go to the next one. I might have to call 15 people, but I'm going to, remember, these are cold. If you're talking to someone on your warm list, it should be right there. You're having that conversation. But through my cold leads, I'm going to go through. My goal is before I stop for the day, I have 3 conversations that I've had with people, whether they say this isn't for me and they don't even get on the Zoom, but 3 pitches where you've got to make your point, for lack of a better word, a little dialogue. Okay. If you do that, think about the power of this, guys. Imagine when your team does it. If you do that, and you can do it 5 days, but I like 7 days. I think the weekends are great because you're out sometimes socializing. You know, definitely can run into people. Okay. So 3 times 7 is 21 conversations. Not, you didn't show the plan yet. Just, hey, look, you keep your options open. If they say no, that's a conversation. You did your job. That's 1, right? Okay. Out of 21 people a week, by the way, remember, 8 of them should not say, nah, it's not for me. I'm not interested. They'll probably say, well, try some product. Yeah, I'd like to see the products. I'd like to get on a call. I'll get on a Zoom. I'll meet with you next week. Activity, right? 8 out of 21. That means less than half. I don't see many people saying, no. They're going to say, well, what is it? And show me something, right? So 8 out of 21 are going to be in some type of activity. From that, 4 will see the plan. The other 4 will somehow won't get to see the plan. They'll get on a call. They looked at the products. They're not interested. But you should be able to get at least 4 out of those 21 conversations, right? Out of the 8 who you're working with a little bit, 4 of them should see the plan. And if you show the plan to 4, you should be able to get 1 person who says, I like it enough. Let's work together. How great they're going to be, but they should be enough that they'll consider themselves engaged to build this. So we call the system 21-8-4-1. Now, if you do this once a month, you talk to 21 people, and you're going to bring 1 person in a month, which is great still, by the way. But if you do this weekly, 3 people a day, makes this whole, so you can't control how many people join, you can't control how many people see the plan, how many people are interested, but you absolutely can control how many people you speak to a day, right? That's something controllable. So with that said, this could be a weekly, imagine bringing in 1 person a week into the business. And remember, with the free app, you'll probably have a few free people that'll pop in also, but these will be people that maybe they'll come in for free, but they have an interest in building the business and buying product on a regular basis, okay? I guess I can do this all in one. It didn't take that long. We're coming into wrapping up the training, right? This is basic. It wasn't that complicated, right? The duplication part is teaching your team to do what you did. So what do we do after we bring in this 1 a week or whatever it is, a couple of people a month? All we have to do is teach them to do the same thing. So they're going to go, you're going to guide them through the getting started training. They're going to watch the same thing. Then you're going to coach them. See, now you don't have to reiterate or be the messenger of all this stuff that I just covered, right? And there's 2 pages. It wasn't long. I covered it as a leader, right? All you have to do now is say, hey, Jim, we got to get those top 10 people that Bobby talked about to see the plan. Let's work through that. So it all becomes about, you print this guide out, you can look at it when you do your calls to your team. Hey, where are we on these things that Bobby talked about doing? And what about the consistent action? Are you talking to 3 people a day? You're talking to 1 person a month. See, the numbers work. It's just going to take you longer if you talk to 1 person a month, opposed to what, 21 people a week. Did you get that? All right, guys, I hope that helps you. We could always go further, but this is a nice little starter guide, all in 19 minutes to get you trained, okay? We'll go from there. Thanks.